In the vast expanse of the Milky Way, far beyond the reaches of Earth, there existed a powerful race of aliens known as the Kynar. With their technologically advanced ships and nearly godlike strength, they had conquered many worlds, subjugating weaker civilizations. To them, humanity was but another insignificant species, a fleeting, fragile presence on a small, insignificant rock floating in space. The Kynar had encountered humans before, and in their superior arrogance, they had dismissed them as nothing more than a curiosity. But this time, the Kynar were in for a lesson they would never forget. It all began when a Kynar warlord, Zarok, led his fleet to Earth, intent on taking the planet for his empire. His vast armada appeared in Earth's orbit, outshining the sun and casting long shadows across the world. With their advanced weaponry and shields, the Kynar were confident that no human force could stand in their way. As the alien ships hovered in the sky, Zarok laughed to his crew, his deep, resounding voice echoing through the ship's command center. "Look at them," he sneered, pointing down at Earth. "Weak, insignificant creatures. We will crush them in an instant. They are no match for the might of the Kynar." His crew murmured in agreement, their eyes filled with contempt for the humans below. To the Kynar, it was all too easy. However, as they prepared for their invasion, the Kynar were unaware of one crucial factor. Humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. Though the humans had been laughed at for their primitive weapons and technology, they had an unyielding determination and the ability to adapt in ways the Kynar never anticipated. In the heart of the Pentagon, human leaders had convened for an emergency meeting. The situation was dire. Their satellite network had detected the alien fleet, and the threat of total annihilation loomed over the Earth. Yet the humans had refused to bow before the Kynar. Despite their technological disadvantage, they had something the Kynar did not: the will to survive. Dr. Emily Clark, one of Earth's leading scientists, had been working on a secret project for years, a device that could neutralize the alien ship's advanced shields. With her team's help, she activated the device, and humanity's final stand began. Zarok's fleet began to fire upon the planet, launching devastating energy blasts. Cities burned, and the skies turned dark with smoke and destruction. Yet, despite the overwhelming firepower, the humans fought back with all their might. They launched every missile, fighter jet, and spacecraft they could muster, using guerrilla tactics and cunning strategies to make up for their lack of advanced technology. What they lacked in strength, they made up for in ingenuity and sheer willpower. Zarok watched in disbelief as one of his most powerful ships was struck by a barrage of human missiles, its shields flickering before collapsing entirely. The ship spiraled out of control and crashed into the ocean below. "This cannot be happening," Zarok growled. "These vermin should not be able to do this." As his fleet continued to battle the humans, Zarok underestimated their resilience. The Earth forces, led by General Marcus Kane, fought with a fury that shook the very foundations of the Kynar Empire. They had faced unimaginable odds before and had always emerged victorious. This time, the humans were fighting for their very existence. The turning point came when Dr. Clark's device, a massive EMP cannon, was deployed. It sent out a pulse that disrupted the Kynar's shields, rendering them vulnerable to attack. In an unprecedented move, the human forces launched a full-scale assault on the alien fleet. Zarok watched in horror as its ships fell one by one, torn apart by human ingenuity. His mighty armada, once so invincible, was crumbling under the relentless assault. The humans had adapted, learned, and found a way to turn the tide of battle in their favor. On his flagship, Zarok roared in frustration. His once dominant fleet was now reduced to smoldering wreckage, and the humans showed no sign of relenting. He had underestimated them, laughed at their weakness, and now he was paying the price. In a final desperate attempt to save his pride, Zarok ordered his remaining forces to retreat, but it was too late. The damage had been done. The Kynar's reputation as the conquerors of the galaxy had been shattered in a single day. The battle was over. Earth had won, but at great cost. Millions of lives had been lost, entire cities had been destroyed, and the scars of war would last for generations. Yet, humanity had prevailed. They had proven that no matter how advanced the enemy, No matter how dire the odds, they would never give up. The Kynar had laughed at them, had considered them weak, but in the end, it was the humans who had triumphed. Zorak, the mighty Kynar warlord, would forever remember that day. The day when the humans, with their strength of will and refusal to surrender, had brought his empire to its knees. The Kynar would never again underestimate the power of the human spirit. And so the legend of Earth spread across the stars. The Kynar's laughter had turned to regret, and the humans had earned the respect of the galaxy, proving that they were far stronger than anyone had ever imagined. As the Kynar fleet limped back into the void of space, Zorak's final thoughts were filled with bitter regret. The humans, those weak creatures, had shown him that true strength was not just in power and technology, but in the unbreakable resolve of a species that would never surrender. It was a lesson that the Kynar would not soon forget.